Back in Syracuse as the Crunch gets set for the Springfield Thunderbirds. Final game of the week for the Crunch. So far, 2 wins in 2 games for the Crunch, as Syracuse off to a good start here this week. On Countdown to Crunch Time, presented by Supercuts, I'm Lucas Favani with Crunch head coach Ben Grew. And last night, Ben, it was a rout of the Utica Comets, 10-1 win for the Crunch. Complete effort for Syracuse. What do you take out of the game last night?
Well, you know what? It's solid effort, no doubt about it. I think across the board, we were skating, executing. I think our guys were they had their mindset at the right place, ready to play. But also on the other hand, I think we played a team that was tired. They played 6 games more than us, so it's tough, especially this period of the year. So they're in the middle of a tough sequence as well. So not to diminish our performance, but I think the other team's not that bad. Like it happened last night, but I'm sure it's going to be a different story on January 2nd. But overall, very happy with the way we played last night.
And before the game last night, we had been talking about the comebacks for the Crunch of late, and getting off to maybe those slow starts and trying to avoid that habit. Obviously, last night it was a great start, and for a 60-minute effort from that point forward. So I'm sure you were much more pleased with the way that game started and went from start to finish.
Great start. Like I said, we had our legs. We were executing, and I thought we battled hard as well. So. A lot of good things to take of this game last night.
And the Crunch won it 10-1, tying a franchise record with 10 goals in the game for the Crunch. Really impressive performance. One of the goals that stuck out to me is kind of the way that you want to see goals being scored with the speed and then coming that grit along the boards. Was that 4th goal, I think it was. Troy Burke scored, went down, negated the icing, and then eventually tipped the puck in. I don't know if that was the one that stood out to you, but there was so much. But what about that play in particular from Troy Burke last night?
I think it says a lot about the player. It says a lot about the way we want to play as well. Berkey was rewarded for his effort, and second effort, obviously. He won that race, won the puck, then get his nose in the kitchen, and the puck deflect on him and went in. So it's a great play to see. And it's good because you see a guy that has been a call-up and he's hungry to play. He wants to be part of it, and he wants to play the way this team's playing. So it's good to see that, and that's why he's in the lineup again tonight.
Yeah, he's been very solid for the Crunch here of late, and also yesterday before the game we talked about some guys getting their first goals. It was his first goal of the season. Also Nolan Valou scoring. He got the first goal of the game. It was his first goal of the year. Big confidence boost for those two, I'm sure, moving forward, getting their first goals of the year.
It's always, when you score a goal in today's hockey, it's always a big boost. And it gives you life, it gives you confidence, gives you win out there, and I think those guys were, after their goals, before their goals as well, but after their goals, the confidence level went up big time.
And Troy Burke ended up with 3 points in the game. First goal of the year for Nolan Valou. We're here on Countdown to Crunch Time, presented by Supercuts with Crunch head coach Ben Grew. As the Crunch are getting set for the Springfield Thunderbirds. The 10 goals in the game, again, tied the most in franchise history last night. There was 1 power play goal, but 3 shorthanded goals for the Crunch. Crunch's penalty kill entering last night, it was a weird stat, but worst in the league at home, tremendous on the road. Last night, you come out and you have a good night on the penalty kill and 3 shorthanded goals. What did you like out of the effort from the penalty kill unit last night?
Well, it's you don't expect to score goals. 1 goal on the PK, it's always a bonus. When you score 3, it's unreal. So it was one of those nights that everything would fall in place for us, and we made good plays. We drove the net. We executed well. So we take that when it comes, and it's. But for us, you know what, Lucas, this game is over. We got to turn the page and approach a game tonight. We're playing against a good team, and they beat us last time, and we know it's going to be a big challenge. We've got to have our mind set at the right place tonight.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we know the approach is one day at a time. So yesterday, while it was a great performance, it's just a 1 win in the book. So got to turn the page very quickly. And is that a mental challenge when you have such a strong performance to try to reset and regroup right back the next day?
I don't think it's a mental challenge. I think we're very a confident group right now. It's for us to go out there and play hungry. You want to be there, you want to skate, you want to make plays and play the way we can. I feel our mindset's at the right place, but make sure we keep doing the same things over and over again.
As the Crunch are getting set for the Springfield Thunderbirds, it's the second matchup in just a couple weeks between these two teams. Crunch are getting a new addition to the lineup here today. Slater Cuckoo down from Tampa Bay on a conditioning assignment with the Crunch. So obviously you're familiar with him. He was here a couple of years ago, and he's seen a lot of action in Syracuse over the last few years. What can we expect to see out of him as he, gets back in the lineup here in Syracuse?
He's a good skater, moves the puck well. He's a competitor, obviously, was a big part of the team who lost in the final, and he's a great person as well. So he knows he's here for a certain amount of time. He'll fit well because, like I said, he's a great guy. He knows the guys here, so we're excited to have him here and excited to give him an opportunity to play a lot and to have the chance to go back on top and log some minutes.
Crunch are taking on the Springfield Thunderbirds here tonight. Last night a 10-1 win for the Crunch over the Utica Comets. Kind of lost in all of it was Eddie Pasquale's performance. I mean, he was really good in net for the Crunch, and I mean, we know it. It's not really a surprise the way he's been playing, but he's right now the number one goalie with Connor Ingram hurt. Just what about his performance last night maybe stood out for you?
Well, you know what? I think quietly, and I'm mentioning that for 2 years now, I think quietly our goalies are getting the job done. They make timely save, and this is what you ask for them. Like when you need them, they gotta shut the door, and this is what they've been doing. So for us, I can't say enough about our goalies' performances, and goalie coach Carl Gehring's doing a great job with them. So and we all know that you can put any system out there, any team out there. If you don't have that plywood in front of the net, you have no chance. So they've been a big part of our season so far, and we're going to need them until the end for sure.
Right, you're taking on the Springfield Thunderbirds here tonight. We're with Crunch head coach Ben Grew, and like we said, it's the third matchup of the season with the Thunderbirds. Teams have split the first two. Last one was a tight one in Springfield last week. What can we expect here tonight from Springfield?
They're a well-organized team. They skate. They play with grit. And they're a good team overall, so gonna have to be ready and put our A game on the ice tonight.
All right, looking forward to it tonight as the Crunch take on the Springfield Thunderbirds. This is Crunch head coach Ben Grew. Ben, thanks for your time and good luck tonight.
All right, thanks.